obviously very, very disappointed. You know, frustrated as well. I think when we gave away that final penalty, we were 60 metres away from our line or thereabouts, and I would have been very confident with the way we had been defending that we would hold them out at that stage. So, you know, it's really disappointing. I think it was a very good feeling in the camp all week. We knew we underperformed by a long way last weekend, but at the same time there is confidence in the talent of the players we have. It's just a question of getting that balance right between being accurate and detailed and all that side of things, and then matching that with intensity and attitude and emotion, and we got that. But it's very disappointing. As I said, I thought I would have been confident of defending. Even it's disappointed to give away that penalty, but I would have been confident of defending it the way we had defended throughout the game. But you have to give credit to them and their character as well. They've had some tight games in recent times, and they stay calm, they stay cool, they stay collected, and they get over the line. So there's credit to them, but it's obviously bitterly disappointing.
Seemed upset at the retaking of the conversion as well at the time.
Well, look, we wouldn't have had to deal with it if we'd dealt with the if we defended from the penalty. You know, we were in a good position with 30 or 45 seconds to go or whatever it was. You know, even when, as I said, when we gave away the penalty, I would have been confident that we could have defended them, and we could have avoided any hassle with any conversion or anything like that if we defended them. So, you know, it's kind of irrelevant.
Joe, how do you sum up that game?
Yeah, I guess you sum it up as a step forward, but a missed opportunity, and you don't get that many opportunities to play against the All Blacks. You don't get too many opportunities to stop them doing something that was pretty special. 14 games out of 14 is pretty phenomenal, and if we'd been the only ones to knock them over, it would have been a feather in the lads' cap. And I just think that they really did give it everything. You know, we lost a few guys with injury, and we started to look a little bit piecemeal out there. It's always a risk that you run, but I thought we were pretty dynamic in those first kind of 20 minutes, and I thought we were pretty good for the lead we made. In the second half, they put a lot of pressure on us. I think the defence at the end is massively disappointing, but I think it's cumulative. I think we'd made a lot of tackles in the second half, and I think that started to show. We had a couple of guys who were out on their feet at that stage, and a couple of guys who'd been knocked around a bit, and I just kind of felt that we were hanging on by a thread, and the thread was just a little bit too thin to make sure that we did stop them.
What was your feeling at half time? You were pretty good lead at that point.
Yeah, it was 22-7 at half time, and yeah, I've been in the reverse situation where I've had a team that's a similar margin down, and I know that the game's not done. And our feeling was we had to keep attacking them, we had to keep putting pressure on them, because if we allowed them to put pressure on us, they're too good a team with too many world-class players that you can't just try to shut them down. You've got to keep going at them, and we attempted to do that in the second half, but for long periods we didn't have the ball and we had to defend them, and I think that started to take its toll.
Johnny came up just after the last penalty. Was he injured?
Yeah, it just tight, and we just felt that we'd made the call before the penalty. He struck the penalty, no problem at all. He was kicking well, you know, and he'd be disappointed about the penalty, but at the same time, we knew we were going to have everyone as fit as they could be on the pitch for those last 6 minutes. What's probably most disappointing is they got the ball, but we got it back off them, and we were in possession with a minute to go. You know, to be a minute away from history and have the ball in your hands on their 10-metre line, yeah, devastating.
Paul, what do you think a performance like this can inspire this team to do come the new year and
It's obviously very important we build on it, but as I said, we've done it before in the last 2 or 3 years. You know, we've produced these real big performances, you know, full of the accuracy we talked about and full of the intensity we talked about. We haven't followed it up, and I think the onus falls on the players now to maintain that standard. And as I said, you know, the next few weeks become a big distraction because, you know, you do have to invest heavily now in your province for the next few weeks, because there's some really tough games in the Heineken Cup. You know, you're trying to get out of your pool. There's the big local derbies over the Christmas, and I just think it's important that we keep today in the back of our minds. We keep the Six Nations in the back of our minds, and make sure that the players are ready to maintain these standards.
Early in the game, they certainly rattled us. You know, 19 down, and it wasn't the script, that's for sure. But they should take a lot of credit out of their performance. And saying that, I'm extremely proud of the 23 guys that we had in our group today to come from where we had to come from and claw our way across the line. It's a pretty special effort, and it says why they're a special team to be able to do that. So, you know, maybe another day Ireland would have won it, but we'll take it. We'll enjoy the summer and reflect on what's been a great year, but at the same time realise that we've got a lot of work to do to stay where we are, and I think it's important that we acknowledge just the performance from Ireland. I thought it was pretty special.